corruption. We're protecting the corrupt councillors. Bring the truth. Here's the truth. We want our 6 million.
Mashama Media is your option. We will do everything in our power to keep you informed.
We're saving millions for City Power here by illegal connection here in London Road by Squatter Camp. This illegal connection is been costing South Africa and City Power millions of rands.
Stealers! Yeah, corruption! We're protecting the corrupt councillors. Bring the truth. Here's the truth. We want our 6 million. The one that you stole from us. We want it now. Irene, Johan, DA, we want our money to develop here. We want it. Stop sending policemen. Khumuzo, Mateja, Namanje. That's the name. We want our 2 billion. You promised. You stole from us. 2018, December. You stole from us. Bring that money. We want it back. Yeah. Stop sending us cops. Treating us like we are dogs.
Indawo e-right enogesi sizawulayita namhlanje hambani nazo nazi pliers siyawulada ntambama abantwana bethu bafuna bayabuya esikoleni belambile. Government sifuna amalungelo wethu, sifuna nisisuse la nisibekane endaweni e-right. Phansi ngodlame phansi. Ramaphosa sicela ugesi. Ramaphosa sicela ama-RDP. Sicela amanzi. Sisuseni nathi asithandi ukuhlala endaweni esosisimo. Kodwa futhi kodwa nyani masenicinga nje nyani badala nje so singahlala endaweni eso kanti basiyathanda senziwa sisimo. Ugovernment makasiza ngasifuni la makasibonela indawo e-right.
Okay, our challenge here is corruption, led by our leaders called Johan and Irene. Our councillors, former and the current council, they are all the one doing all of this that you're seeing here. They stole the money. They stole our money. They stole the money.
Colleagues, City Power alongside law enforcement agencies was basically conducting an operation here along an informal settlement. It's called Greenville. This informal settlement has been stealing electricity across the street along London Road, where they are basically overloading our network and forcing the infrastructure to trip, especially during those hours when there is a lot of demand in the morning and in the evening. And as you have noticed, there's also a school nearby that is also impacted by these illegal connections that are happening. So we have managed to confiscate about 20,000 kg of bare wires and cables. These cables are the ABC cables that we normally are used for the street lights, and they've been stolen and they've been recovered as part of the network that was informal or illegal network that was used to basically connect this informal settlement illegally. We are happy that there was no too much of a resistance, even though there were people, obviously, they were not expecting us to be here, that were not happy with the fact that we are cutting electricity. This informal settlement is illegal. And when we say illegal, it means that the Department of Housing or Human Settlement has not proclaimed them to basically occupy this space as a place to stay. As you saw, they are basically even sitting or staying under 88,000 volts, 11,000 volts as well of electricity cable that run overhead. And that on its own is disturbing not only to our operations, because every time they burn mbawula or any fire around there, it trips the network from Sebenza, meaning that about 20 substations in this part of the eastern part of Johannesburg gets affected. But it also an area that is dolomitic, so the department has not been keen to approve their settlement there. So that is why we call them illegal, and that is why City Power cannot electrify such informal settlement. Look, if you remember, our CEO, Mr. Flora Mashava, wrote a letter to the National Commissioner expressing some of these concerns around the lack of arrests when people are committing criminality. So when people vandalize municipal infrastructure, that is criminal on its own, and as the police and law enforcement, the people that are trained to deal with criminality, they need to ensure that they arrest whoever that is committing these criminal activities. There were some arrests that were made on people that were trying to reconnect, and there have been some of the prosecutions that are happening, but obviously they are not enough. And with this area, we have also informed the law enforcement of the person that, or persons that are basically making the residents of Greenville to pay him about between 200 to 2,000 rands monthly for his services. So he's basically the grand thief, the one who's stealing electricity, is the one who's using these cables and wires, and they basically pay him for those services. So he's got his own internal reticulation. We have reported that matter to the police so that they can come and pick him up. We know him. We have given that kind of evidence to the police. So it's just a matter of them basically doing their job. Because as City Power, our core mandate is to provide electricity to ensure that we keep the lights on. And if we are to divert and start chasing criminals, then we probably won't be able to do what we are supposed to do. So we are still calling on the police to ensure that when we leave after cutting off informal settlements, they remain behind unmarked cars. They can basically use intelligence to ensure that they capture some of these people, especially those that are selling electricity, because it's basically theft. They are stealing electricity and then passing it across and selling it to the residents of Greenville and other informal settlements. Yeah, look, we will keep the security, our own security here, but as you can imagine, that stretches our own security resources. We have already spent about 160 million in the past financial year just on security. The money that we could have invested in electrifying some of these informal settlements, or even buying maintenance or equipment that we need for maintenance, or even ensuring that some of them are actually moved to some areas where we can be able to electrify. So that is why we are saying we are not supposed to be spending this money on security, where the country and the municipality has got JMPD and also the SAPS whose job is basically to ensure that they deal with some of these illegalities, to ensure that when we leave after disconnections, they basically remain behind so that these people do not reconnect themselves. But we also appealing to the community, because community has got the patrollers and also CPFs who are also doing crime control within the communities, to basically make sure that they become vigilant and stop these people from crossing to the other side of the London road to reconnect themselves, because the very same people are the ones that will be feeling the pinch when winter. Now we're already starting the winter and it's already cold, and it means that if they allow them to do that, the network on the other side will be overloaded, and it means these people will probably spend winter in darkness, and I don't think that is what they need. So the community should also be vigilant and ensure that they deal with some of these social problems as and when they happen. Yeah, as City Power, we cannot legalize illegality. So where they are staying, it's actually illegal informal settlement. As you can see, it's not even safe for the residents there, because they already, I think about a year or two ago, there was a person who was on top of their shack, and they touched our lines, distribution lines on top, and that person was electrocuted, and they died on the scene. So it's not even safe for them to actually have a formalized settlement in that area. So the process started at housing. So housing needs to come and move them to a safer place and ensure that they basically have housing. Then we can be able to electrify them. It serves City Power best if we can be able to quantify the amount of electricity that we need to serve. Currently, this is a grand theft of electricity, and we're not able to even account for it when Auditor General and others ask about some of the electricity that we bought from Eskom and that we have to pass through. So that is the problem that we're having. The amount of electrification that is needed within the city, we've got about 320 on a last count informal settlements within the city of Johannesburg. Majority of those have not been proclaimed by housing, and immediately if we get the go ahead and budget allowing, we'll be able to electrify them. Oh yes, we have already started obviously investigating, because we know that some of these problems that we're having actually start from within City Power, and we have already, including the reconnections that you're talking about, that some of these people say they will be reconnected, and in some instances you find that our own employees are the ones that are assisting, and we've already started arresting and firing some of these people. We had last week suspended about 15 of the employees. Most of them are technicians. Some of them are even interns that have been found with stolen cables that they used to electrify informal settlements. Some were found with cables that they were going to take to the scrap metals. So there are many others that we are busy with. We've got 47 cases that we are investigating internally, not those that are outside of our space, but those that are internal. 47 cases ranging from theft of mini substations to theft of electricity material infrastructure, and other things that they were doing, and also those that have tried to reconnect the people that we have just disconnected. So and also trying to bypass the meters for some of the people that don't want to pay electricity. So that is basically what we are doing, and we will continue to do that. And unfortunately, this also includes team leaders and managers, which is worrying for us, and that's why we are basically clamping down on them.